So I want to run through the importance of neonatal reflexes or primitive reflexes for children in relationship to occupational therapy. So every child is born with a set of reflexes that help them get through about the first 12 to 14 months of life, and they're housed primarily in the brainstem. Now they help a child find the nipple, feed, their suckle reflex. They also help them as they move through the birth canal for their birth journey. And these reflexes are really important for that first 12 to 14 months of life because they create the opportunity that the child can reflexively do the tasks it needs to in preparation for stuff like feeding, rocking, rolling, crawling, and subsequently standing as our end reflex. Now, we assess these reflexes very heavily throughout this period and after, not necessarily because the reflexes themselves are the important feature, but the presence of these reflexes after the child has reached a developmental milestone can influence how that child functions and be a limiting factor. So most of these reflexes, they should be integrated, depending on the literature, between 9 and 14 months, and their presence past that 9 or 14 month period indicates an element of neurodevelopmental delay. The persistence of those reflexes past that period, because these are housed primarily in the brainstem, they indicate that the area of the brain, the frontal lobe, which is responsible for integrating them and inhibiting them, is not necessarily as active as it should be. And that can be a limiting factor for the child as they start to explore and have new demands from an age-appropriate point of view. So once again, that's stuff like that. Rolling, crawling, standing, feeding, it could even be talk, it could be play. So if we notice these reflexes past that period of time, it's really important we get on top of it because they can be limiting in their ability to do things that are more age-appropriate as the child develops. The purpose primarily of occupational therapy is to provide exercises, sensory experiences, and therapy designed to help integrate those reflexes. So a really nice representation of why integrating and assessing these neonatal reflexes is really important. An example I like to give is almost like training wheels on a bike. Okay, so when a child is first learning to ride, training wheels can be really important because they create the opportunity that it's a really nice stable environment so the child can get the pattern and the hang of kind of moving through space on that bike. However, as that child wants to explore new environments or try new trips, like ride up a gutter, the presence of those training wheels can be limiting factors. Okay, so just like the training wheels can be limiting factors as that child wants to explore new environments, the persistence of these primitive reflexes can be limiting factors as that child wants to explore new activities. And that can be play-based, sport-based, or even classroom, because these things have a direct representation and impact on learning opportunities as well. So if you have any concerns or you want to look into it or you have any questions, just get in touch and we can unpack it a little bit more.